How's it going, guys? Welcome to the off-season and preseason leading up to season number 3. Coming off our national championship win over Miami. We're going to have more of a laid-back video, a lot more stuff to go over this time than there was last off-season, so it's kind of going to be its own video here. But let's go ahead and hop into it. Alright, it's time for the coaching carousel. Remember, there were those 10 teams that I mentioned in a previous video that I would be considering leaving Houston for. So let's go ahead and start this process and see if we get any offers. We do get an offer from Tennessee. We're going to decline, not one of our 10. So now that we're into the coordinator offers, we're going to end this part of the video here. No offers from the 10 teams that we're looking to move to. So we do lose both of our coordinators to the coaching carousel. We are going to pick up Joe Harazimiak, is that how you pronounce it, at defensive coordinator. And we got Mike Gundy at offensive coordinator, which is interesting. And he's going to bring a little bit of a different style to our offense next season, I think. It may not be the type that he was running previously, but I'm going to use it as an excuse to change the playbook. Overall, not a terrible list of players leaving here. We got Patrick Paul, left tackle, probably the best player on here that we're losing, along with our 2 key wide receivers with Dalton Carnes and Joseph Manjack IV. We're losing our starting left guard, so a couple of players there. Starting right guard here. Yeah, basically our whole offensive line. Big D tackle, Nwankwo. Nelson Caesar, our main man, he's gone. Lane Wilkins, punter. Logan Compton, who was a great player for us this season. Great replacement for Mike O'Laughlin. Zakiya Strong is graduating. Chris Pearson graduating. It's just a stud for our team. But really, I mean, we're still keeping Coley at quarterback. We still got Parker Jenkins. A lot of key players that we're able to retain. Ugo is still on the team. Plus, we have that beastly new cornerback freshman. So, yeah, should have a solid team again next year. Alright, sorry about that. I totally got that wrong. I was able to convince Manjack and Dalton Carnes to stay for their, I guess technically their junior year. And then left guard Tyler Johnson is also going to be staying. So we were able to convince these 3 guys to stay. The rest of them that I mentioned are going to be leaving. Also, Trevor Rourke, freshman halfback, he's going to be transferring as well to New Mexico. Our left tackle, Patrick Paul, does go in the 4th round of the NFL draft. And Colton Barton, defensive end from our arch nemesis Oklahoma State, is requesting to transfer to us. I mean, he's a freshman, 76 overall. We're definitely going to be taking this guy, 6'4", 222. Alright, so here's how we have our recruiting points split up for the offseason. Tyler Driscoll is our key guy that we're eyeing. So we're going to throw 9,000 points at him. That should be enough to lock him in. And then the other 3 guys, Shane Costello, Trayon Owens, and Benny Faison, we're going to go ahead and offer them 2,000 apiece. So that takes us to 15,000. This guy, Domantas Shutt, is pretty good. He's a 78 overall, but he is a JUCO guy. And I'm not a huge fan of adding JUCO guys, and we're already almost 2,000 points behind on him, so I'm not going to put any points towards him. We do have 10 scholarships remaining to hand out, but on top of these 4 guys, if we're not spread too thin, we're able to get these four guys. Maybe some of these others that we've offered scholarships will end up coming to us anyways. I don't think they will, but you know, maybe a guy like Elliot Gunter might. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and advance and see how many of these guys we end up getting. Alright, so we were able to pull the 4 guys we put our points towards. And then we were also able to get Ian Nierenberger at halfback and Peyton Brown at safety. So pretty solid off-season in terms of recruiting. And we did end up signing the number 9 recruiting class in the country. Wisconsin actually was number 1. Georgia, USC, Ohio State. A lot of names we're familiar with. Alabama's all the way down at 12. But yeah, that's going to be it for recruiting. So the only things to mention here for position changes, JT Wells, who he was an athlete, we actually thought he was going to end up playing quarterback. Well, we've got 5 quarterbacks right now, and we've got a junior and a senior at free safety, and he actually went up from a 68 to a 74 at free safety. So we're going to slot him in here, I think. Probably put a red shirt on him. The other things just kind of moved around some defensive ends and offensive linemen to accommodate some holes, but we're looking pretty solid. So Lucas Coley's going to get +7 here on progression during the offseason. He's going to be a redshirt senior, and then we've got junior Uiale, who should be progressing to the starter for next season, season 4. And then our Nick Hartwigson, the guy that we recruited and redshirted last season, he got +6, which is really good, so he's up to a 76. And then Travis Mitchell is a junior. He's gonna be a last resort option for us. He should still make the team. We'll see how many players we need to cut, but yeah, that's where we're at right now. Just gonna kind of go through the rest of these and let you take a look. The only thing I did change for the conference adjustments is the location for the championship game. Went ahead and put in the Big 12 championship. Don't know how I missed that before. So I did go ahead and redshirt basically every freshman that I could. But I did want to mention that we are going to redshirt Damian Kaba only because we are stacked at cornerback this season, and they're basically all seniors. So next season he'll be like a 90 plus. And should be able to dominate. So the only thing really worth mentioning in terms of depth chart changes, because a lot of the stuff's going to look the same, we are going to be starting Brandon Campbell over Parker Jenkins for this season. He just sort of progressed a little bit better in the offseason, and we're going to have Jenkins doing all the punt returns and kick returns. So just basically flipping what we did last season. Alright, so here's our schedule for Season 3. We got some really high-profile games here early in the season. All-state kickoff, neutral site game against Florida, rematch from the playoffs, and then at home against Clemson, and then on the road at Michigan State. And then the rest of it's the conference schedule. West Virginia is the only team in conference that we have not played yet in this series. The rest of it should look pretty familiar. So here's a little bit of a look at preseason scouting for recruits. The number 1 wide receiver in the nation has us at number 1 on his list, which is really good. He scouted down 4 points, but I mean, 99 acceleration, 99 jumping. The speed will get there in time. 88 ball carrier vision, 86 elusiveness is really, really good. The base catching is not great, but spectacular catch in traffic, route running. He's 6'4", 192. Definitely going to still be going for this guy. In terms of kickers, we've got 2 options mainly. Neither of them are really interested, but Mitch Brock with 97 power would be ideal. But as you can see, sorry, I got them backwards. Adam Wales has 95 power as a freshman. Mitch Brock is a JUCO guy. But obviously I'd rather have the freshman, but Mitch Brock, the bonus points per week is a huge difference. So probably have a better chance of getting him. Alan Samuel scouted down 7 points, so really not great there, but he does have good speed, good acceleration, good stamina. His rushing stats in terms of breaking tackles and stuff is okay, carrying is okay. Everything is just kind of okay here, other than he does have pretty good speed, so we'll probably still be going after him. All these guys, I mean, Jalen Salter scouted up 9 points. Just a really solid overall outside linebacker that we're definitely going to be going for. Austin Fotu is another one that scouted up 6 points at D tackle. We kind of have a lot of D tackles right now, a lot of young ones, but we'll still probably go after him. Devondrick Louis, he is probably another guy we're going for. We have a pretty significant team need at strong safety. Just a solid offensive lineman here with Tavarwa Woods. Faith Salico is another guy that we'll probably go for since half of our cornerbacks are graduating. At guard, we have another team need. This guy will probably be okay. We might find some more guys at these positions later on in the season as we keep scouting. One big disappointment for me was this guy here, because it's a quarterback named Manny Boy, and that might be the best name I've seen in this game, but he's just not good, unfortunately. Just not good at all. But Manny Boy, can you imagine? Here are your top 25 matches for week 1. We don't have a game this week. Number 24, Oregon State gets the win over number 5, Michigan, 33-27. Number 8, Bama takes down A&M 31-17. In overtime, Toledo gets a win over number 2, Miami, 30-27. And number 14, Florida State is going to go down to Texas State, 35-34. Wow. And the game day, game of the week, Georgia at Texas. Georgia doesn't have any issues there, 35-14. And with that, we're going to go ahead and advance to week 2. Nothing really to report here in terms of recruiting for week 1, other than Jalen Salter was an outside linebacker we were going for. He just instantly committed to Arkansas State for some reason. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this one. We went ahead and covered all the key points in the offseason, preseason. We will see you guys tomorrow with our week 2 matchup. First game of the season, the All-State Texas kickoff bonanza, whatever it's called, against Florida. If you made it this far, do me a favor, hit the like button. I really appreciate it. We will see you guys tomorrow.